Hello everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday Night Bloggernaut. Tonight, we are going to start our wonderful journey into philosophy and gaming. To kick it off, I will be talking about the Uberman, Nietzsche's concept about the man who dominates over all mankind, and how this concept transcends almost all gaming. All this and more coming up on the Bloggernaut.
Voices are silent, arms to obey. The cloud of destruction gets closer each day. Things could be different, we could be long. We are the human, we are the strays. We talk about heaven, we talk about grace. But things could be different, we could be long. Leave behind the renegades, cross the desert through the haze. Cause we must hold on, yeah. Cause we must hold on, yeah. Moving forward one by one to find shelter. Cause they say things are much better than we know.
Time for the news. While Greece is still fumbling over how to secure their bailout, Spain seems to have secured their own from European Union banks. And almost instantly after that, their borrowing rate reached the highest it has ever been since the euro began. I know that Spain has a much more secure economy than Greece, but now isn't the time to spend like we are not in a recession. It's about finding the right way to do things rather than the easy way to do things. The investors are very happy that this bailout went through. However, this is not going to last. Let us find solutions rather than borrow more money. Maybe we should put all our debt values to zero. That might solve everything. Consequences be damned. Next, Mike Zuckerberg must be getting so many headaches since his company went public. As Facebook stocks continue to fall, a study has recently been released saying that the advertising that Facebook has become both loved and hated for does not actually produce great results. In a study posted by Reuters, it claimed 4 out of 5 people who use Facebook didn't actually buy a single product advertised by the company. It also showed that the number of people using Facebook constantly has gone down in the past few days. Facebook stock has continued to drop, losing over $30 billion in value since it was issued. Take my advice, people. Don't invest in Facebook. Invest in funeral and nursing homes. The baby boomers won't be updating their statuses, but they will have kids wanting to get rid of them. Next, we turn our eyes to Africa, where Kenya has asked the European Union to commit money and troops so that Al-Shabaab, the Al-Qaeda-backed militia that has controlled Somalia since 2005, can be wiped out of their last stronghold. The EU has said no, and Kenya has yet to go to the United States for help. While Somalia has been without a central government since 1991, it has made very small steps into settling down. I'm not entirely sure if this is the way to do it, but there won't be much movement from the West considering how bad the 1994 UN mission did. I'll wait for this story to unfold, but in the meantime, keep your fingers crossed that this won't do more harm than good. Now, if you haven't heard, a teacher from Edmonton was suspended for giving his students zeros on papers and exams they did not write or hand in. Leiden Dorval has been given an indefinite suspension for breaching the terms of the school board's no-zero policy. Surprisingly enough, though, the public and even students of the school have rallied behind this teacher, the main player being a grade 11 student named Jacob Garber. He believes that students should be able to fail because attitudes like that do not actually prepare people for the real world, which is precisely what high school is supposed to do. Good on this kid for knowing the big picture, and not good on the school board for coddling kids as they are. And finally, my last news story before I get into the real podcast. I have stumbled across a very interesting article. A man who has been playing Civilization 2 on and off for 10 years has recently posted screenshots of the world he had been playing to Reddit. The year of the game is 4000 AD, and the world is a wasteland. There's no farmland, there are only swamp biomes, half of which are covered in nuclear fallout. 3 factions remain, all in a bitter stalemate that the player, named Lycirius, claims that cannot be broken, as nuclear weapons are constantly used to wipe out away all resistance and gain from the other factions. Games of Civilization usually start out anywhere between 3 to 12 players, and Lycirius has already pointed out that the Greek and Sioux nations have long since been wiped out. No farmland can be built, all the major cities have been destroyed, and peace only lasts for a few months, with each state launching surprise attacks on a whim as soon as peace treaties are signed. However, there is hope. Lycirius had posted this as an appeal for help from the Reddit community as a whole to help him rebuild this world. My advice, build forts, dominate the skies, and settle far-off places if you can. What's most scary about this, though, is that the entire scenario looks strangely like 1984, like to a very eerie degree. Let us hope that mankind is different from our computer game counterparts. Alright, now, philosophy and video gaming is a massive subject that I want to spend many episodes talking about. But there is a core idea I want to address to you that pretty much you see in every single computer game, with the possible exception of puzzle games and a few others. You see it from Halo to Bastion to Portal to Grand Theft Auto. This trend is very essential to modern gaming because it offers a sense of escapism that is very important to the whole medium. I'm talking about the Uberman. The Uberman, or as he is otherwise known as the Superman, Overman, or the Übermensch in German, was developed by that pretentious ass of a philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. In the book Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Nietzsche describes this as the main goal for humanity. To understand this fully, let's look back at why he believed this. Nietzsche famously said that God is dead, something God rectified when Nietzsche ended in 1900. Thing about that quote is that Nietzsche never really said that God is dead, at least not in the way that, we killed him, or more that his name has lost all meaning and sanctity. His sanctity has been undermined by rationality and logic, and any authority he had was more or less dead. Now, God losing legitimacy in itself is a problem, but the real problem lies with what God stood for, and that was conventional Christian morality. Without God, Christian morality dies. Instead of going towards nihilism, Nietzsche felt that the new morality would come from men who could do anything they wanted, men and women who were above and beyond regular people. These people would be the new icons of morality, and they could, in turn, do whatever they wanted and still be justified in doing it. Now, how does this tie in with gaming? Well, Ubermen are granted unlimited power to do whatever the hell they want, and if you think very hard, you realize that you can do this not only in a few games, but in all games. Who are you playing in Call of Duty? This badass Marine who gets the job done, no question asked.